Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, when you start to believe in something or somebody, you are giving up the responsibility in looking. You are giving up the responsibility in being aware to see the details of the outer world and your own inner design. And when we give up, struggle, suffering is inevitable. And the suffering is already there in life, isn't it? And because of the struggle, now we want to overcome the struggle and we are being part of the spiritual journey. And that's the start because the spiritual journey will remind us to open the eye. You use the eye, not this physical eye, but use the third eye. Third eye is the awareness itself, the consciousness itself. However, even in the spiritual journey, most of the spiritual journey, the third eye is not used in a way to eliminate the struggle, eliminate the fear. Most of the spiritual journey is anchoring the third eye and using the third eye to color the consciousness. That's what's happening in the spiritual journey. So, to overcome the struggle in the outer world, in the physical world, where we have to participate with another human being, where we have to participate in the art that we are interested in, or the spiritual inward journey to figure out the truth, both journey requires awareness. Both. Outer journey is about being aware of the pattern and organizing the pattern. And through the upgrade, eventually moving towards the simplest pattern to live life with understanding, with live life with ease. That is possible by being aware of the world that we are engaged in. The only thing that's lacking from the outer journey is that the outer journey doesn't help us to dissolve the inner conflict and fear, doesn't help to dissolve the drama, the mental drama, the emotional drama. And that is the truth. And this is where the spiritual journey comes in. Spiritual journey is about understanding oneself, understanding one's own mind, understanding one's own emotions. And not just that, going beyond the physical attachment, mental attachment, emotional attachment. And to go beyond these three layers, one must need to open the eye. One must need to use the inner eye, the third eye, which is again the consciousness itself. And you are consciousness. And you must use that to see the nature of the consciousness and to rest in the consciousness and move with that. But to make that happen, you need to see who you are. And the journey to see who you are, which is the consciousness again itself, to see you are the consciousness and rest in it, you have to use that to investigate the mind, to examine the mind, to examine the emotion. And why examining the mind and the emotion is because right now, who we are is the mind, isn't it? When you ask yourself, who am I? What do you see? You see your highest upgrade, isn't it? Whatever you're identifying yourself in this present moment, you are that. Beside, I'm a man, I'm a woman, beside that gender, you represent yourself with what you have achieved in your life so far. So you align with your career, isn't it? I am this. So that is what? It's a mental identification. And you maintain that identification because that identification is helping you to dance in the world. Through the dance, you're inviting stability and fun. So everything you doing doing is to maintain that identification, isn't it? So you are still seeking to upgrade your identification. Maybe you're not happy with the persona you're carrying at this moment, and you're working to upgrade your persona to something else. And that whatever the future seeking is still a mental identification. And what that mental identification is what? Is the byproduct of the experience in the physical world. You put yourself in the world, you work hard, you you're working hard because you have that burning desire to be somebody. And when you're working hard in the world, you can be anybody. You can invite any identification, you know, you are seeking. You can. The 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 dream of becoming somebody, something can come alive through focus, through determination, by being mindful, by being aware. That's not a problem. But they are whatever you want to become is coming from the world by participating in the world. And even you become somebody that you always seek to become, after you achieve that peak in your life, notice that experience is still not helping you to dissolve the fear. The fear of being nobody was there, so you seek to be somebody. After becoming somebody in your own life, now there's a seeking to upgrade again. The seeking is never ending, and that seeking itself is coming from the place of fear. Fear of not catching up with the world. The world is always in the go-go mode, and and you are already ingrained in that mentality. So you put yourself in that go-go movement. So no matter what you achieve, there is always the fear of not catching up with the world. So the fear is not ending. Whatever identification you have in you is not ending. Whoever you have become so far is not helping you to dissolve the fear, dissolve the conflict. And that fear creates the mental drama, isn't it? Fear makes the mental drama. And when the fear makes the mental drama, you prolong the drama and you listen to that. This shows that you don't know who you are. You know a lot of stuff about the world. You know a lot of stuff about your art that you are aligned with, that you identify yourself with. But beside that, you know nothing about yourself. Only thing you know about yourself right now, by being part of the spiritual journey, is you are consciousness. I am consciousness. I am aware. And you can say that because through your experience as well. When you're aware, you are making things happen. So from that experience also, reinforcing this idea that I am awareness, I am consciousness. But that is in a mental layer. You know you are consciousness, but you but your fear, your inner drama shows that you don't know who you are. If your fear is not ending in your life, if the internal drama is not ending, that is the sign that you don't know about yourself. So, how to get to know, not know, how to get to see your own true nature is through self-examination. Self-examination in the spiritual journey means dismantling the self that you have become. You're tracing yourself means your belief, your persona, your identification, your attachment, your fear. You have to trace it back. You're examining your identification, the ingrained identification, backward to see the nature of the identification. And when you trace it back, then you see how you end up identifying yourself with something and how that something is actually becoming the reality for you. So examining is the way. Examining means tracing the mind backward, tracing one's emotion backward, tracing one's fear backward, tracing one's attachment backward. Whichever you want to choose, you pick up one, trace it back. And if you trace it back, you will see the root cause of this surface identification. And the root itself is the ingrained belief. The ingrained belief must be dismantled further. And a simple way to trace the mind backward, tracing the identification backward, is asking oneself, why am I identifying myself with this belief? Whatever belief is that. Why am I identifying myself with this preference? So if you trace it back using the why is going to help you see the reasoning. Every reason that resurfaces with the why, you have to use that reason to deepen, to move backward. Why is that important? By asking why is that important. So this is a simple way to trace the mind backward. So, if you want to be free within and in the world, you must not give up the responsibility in looking. You must not. Giving up the responsibility, giving up the responsibility in looking might seem easier, less headache. But that short period of less headache becomes a massive headache in the future. And that massive headache is already there. And that massive headache is the fear itself. Notice how, when the fear resurfaces in your life, how much that internal drama continues, isn't it? Is it fun? Is it fun to go through that internal dialogue with yourself? The answer is no, isn't it? It's not fun to go through that mental and emotional fluctuation. It just invites further stress in the body. So think that narratives makes the physical body go through the stress. And when the body is stressed, now there's a further, mental narratives. So how to end this physical stress, mental stress, emotional stress? Is self-inquiry. So be part of the self-inquiry. So another thing here, guys. When we start to be part of the spiritual journey, we rely on another human being, spiritual teacher, guru. So if you believe your guru without your work, your own work of dismantling, then that spiritual journey doesn't help you either. Believing somebody, something is believing in the mind. And remember, truth is not the mind. When you believe in your guru, you believe in his words, and those words are the ideas. Even those ideas are true reference, that true reference is still false because it's just an idea. And the truth is not an idea nor an experience. So when the truth is not an idea, believing on those ideas, it just puts you in the mental game rather than overcoming the mind. So if it's true reference, you got to work on it. But most of the time, what you hear from the spiritual teacher is the technique to color your consciousness. Most of the time. If you're lucky, you hear the true reference, but after hearing the true reference, what is needed is keeping your eyes open and working to see the faults in you. So after seeing all the faults in you, and what is left can be seen. And simple journey I am recommending is self-inquiry. Self-inquiry is the way to dismantle all the faults in you And once you dismantle, once you're thorough, once you understand the nature of the mind, how the mind comes into existence, how the mind becomes real, and when you get to that point, when you ask yourself, who am I? That will end your fear in your life. So, ending the fear is the end of the spiritual journey. Okay? So, ending the fear for good, though. So, people have so much fear, and then they force themselves to overcome certain fear, thinking this kind of stuff is a spiritual freedom. Is not. Because in the physical world, when you overcome certain fear, there's a next fear waiting for you. There's the next always, isn't it? Spiritual journey is ending the fear for good. That's the journey. Okay, ending the fear means ending the mind. But once you're done with the spiritual journey, you still need the mind as a reference, as an ally, to go to from point A to point B. Okay. So anyway, I hope this video makes sense. So don't give up the responsibility. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. You know, especially utilize your third eye, which is the awareness, and work on self-inquiry. Work on dismantling your mind. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now.